Okay, voice is okay. Welcome to Vedantu. Welcome to We Learn English. Preview is okay. Okay. Hi guys. Hello.
हाय, माझं नाव आकाश आहे आणि मी
I hope everybody is doing great here.
डाउनलोड केलं आणि
1 minute. Great, great, great. Hey, Eid Mubarak to all of you. Eid Mubarak to all of you. Hi Ansan, Eid Mubarak. Hi Anushka. Hey, hi Alan. Hi Sunil. Hi Vishwadam. Hi Ankita. Hi Anil. Namaste, namaste. Great, great, great. So, welcome to Vedantu. Welcome to We Learn English. Welcome to the session with DG, sir. I hope everybody is doing great here. Awesome, mind blowing, amazing. Great, great. Eid Mubarak to all of you. Yes. Hi, hi, Rekha. I'm just checking my phone. Whenever I look down there, it just means I'm checking my phone to see the chat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So today we are doing this transformation of sentences part 2. This is the second session of transformation of sentences, and there is something that I want to talk about before we begin the topic here. If you see, when we are learning online, there's online education that is happening on so many platforms, and when you are learning, especially on YouTube or any other random platform, there are a lot of problems that students face when you learn online, and these are the problems which are kind of told to us by the students themselves. So if you see, these are the problems you face when you're learning online. The problem of doubts, notes, tests and assignments, competitive exams, choice of schedule, and even the choice of language. You see, all these are the problems here. Doubt solving, problem of notes, getting notes. What about the timetable for tests and assignments? Competitive exams if you're preparing for some competitive exam. What about the choice of schedule? The timings, the convenience of schedule, and the choice of language. That means you would the explanation, the education happening in Hindi language or English language or some other language, the choice of language. These are the problems we guys face when it comes to online education. By the way, Vedantu has a solution to all these problems. Yes, you heard it right. Vedantu has a solution to all these problems. So let me tell you a solution here. All these problems are solved. All these problems are solved on a platform. So Vedantu has managed to solve all these problems. All your problems related to doubt solving, notes, tests and assignments, competitive exams, the choice of schedule, and the choice of language as well. All these problems are solved, and plus you get these bonus features as well. The bonus help basically. The bonus features are you get access to unlimited live class, access to all micro and crash courses. The performance reports are sent to you. You get personal attention in the sessions. Do you know how this is possible? Do you know how all this is possible? This is possible with Vedantu's Pro Subscription. And when we talk about Vedantu's Pro Subscription, you simply have to visit this page here. Just go on to this link. The link is vdnt.in/ytpro. This YT is YouTube Pro. And use my coupon code DGPRO. DGPRO. Right? So the coupon code itself sounds as cool as we all are. DGPRO. So let me tell you how this subscription is going to help you. Let me tell you how the subscription is going to help you. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned to know how the subscription is going to help you. I'm going to give you all the details here. That's going to be like a pro news for you. So stay tuned with me. Thoda sabar rakho. I'll tell you about the subscription, of course. But before that, let's talk about today's topic here, transformation of sentences. That's what we're doing. This is the second session of transformation of sentences. And you're going to learn that with DG, Dheeraj Gabeja. That's what my name is. I'm a master teacher here at Vedantu. Besides this, I have been teaching English for more than 9 years here. My overall teaching experience. So if you see, I'm not only an academic English teacher, but then I'm a communication coach. I have been training people on communication skills as to how that you can speak English better, faster, more fluently. And I have trained more than 1,000 people on communication skills. I've taught and mentored more than 10,000 students. Okay, that's a little bit about me. And besides this, I've done human psychology through science and spirituality approach. So I have done sessions on mind counseling. If you see how that you can make your mind work for you to deal with the negative aspects of the mind, to deal with the negative thinking process, and how that you can control your thought process, you can control your mind, which will in turn make you a better person. So this channel, that's We Learn English, it is of course about English, as the name suggests. That's the primary purpose. But then we are doing anything and everything possible for self-improvement. So this is not only about English communication. English communication, of course, is a sign of self-improvement. But then we are also doing counseling sessions as well, the mind psychology sessions as well, as a how that you can train your mind to focus better, how is that you can deal with distractions, how is that you can speak better, how is that you can speak confidently, all of that. So in a way, this is a self-improvement channel, either 360-degree approach to self-improvement. That's what we are doing on We Learn English. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the bell icon as well. Like the videos that you really find useful, share it with your friends, share it on your social networking accounts, and let them subscribe as well. And you don't miss this amazing learning on this channel. Super. So in the previous session of transformation of sentences, this is what we stopped at. Okay, we saw this. This is what we saw in the previous session, like what a sentence is. I'll do just a quick recap here. A quick recap of what we did in the previous session, the first session of transformation of sentences. It all began with what is a sentence. We understood what a sentence is. Then we understood these types here. The first type we understood what not only but also we understood the use of no sooner than, the sentence formation of no sooner than, the sentence formation of remove if or unless, transforming the sentences by adding if or adding unless and vice versa, and removing to. These are the four subtypes we have seen in the first session. This is something that we have already covered in the first session. Now in the second session, we are going to see how is it we can change a sentence from assertive to interrogative, interrogative to assertive, assertive to exclamatory, exclamatory to assertive, all that vice versa. That's what we are going to learn. This is what we also did in the previous session. I'll just do a quick recap from here. So when we talk about types of sentences, we're talking about assertive, interrogative, exclamatory, and imperative. So as we all know, the name assertive just means to assert something, to declare something. So you see, it could be information, opinion, incident, event, history. It is simply called declarative sentence. So anything that is declarative, anything that is assertive, that asserts something is an assertive sentence. Now do not misunderstand the word assertive with affirmative. The word assertive does not mean a positive sentence. The word assertive just means a declarative sentence. So it asserts some information, it declares some information. Now, it could be information, it could be opinion, incident, event, history, or anything declarative is called assertive sentence. Basically, this is the structure we follow for assertive sentence. It starts with a subject followed by a verb. Then you can have an object or a verb complement. Depends on the subject, depends on the sentence here. But then if you see, assertive sentence is not only positive. This is a very common confusion. Most of you get confused between these two terms, assertive and affirmative. So don't get confused between these two terms, assertive and affirmative. Assertive is a sentence that ends with a full stop. And under assertive, you can either have affirmative or negative. And affirmative means positive, and negative is simply negative. Okay. So when I say India won the match, that's a positive sentence. Positive sentence is also called affirmative, A-double-F. Okay, affirmative. And negative sentence is just negative. There is no other word for a negative sentence. But both can be assertive. Both can be assertive. So when I say India won the match, that is also assertion. India did not win the match, that is also assertion. But one is positive assertion, that's why we say affirmative. One is negative assertion, that's why it is simply called negative. That's what this assertive sentence is about. Interrogative, as we all know, the word itself makes it very clear. We ask a question. So interrogative sentence basically is a question. It ends with a question mark. Okay. Exclamatory, as we all know, we use an exclamatory mark here, exclamation mark. So an exclamatory sentence that kind of expresses our sudden feelings or emotions. So what an amazing movie it was, how movie the amazing was, if only I could watch the movie again, ends with an exclamation mark. And the imperative sentence. This is something we've already covered. I'm just doing a quick recap here, a quick revision. Imperative sentence, it covers, is a sentence that uh, is used to talk about a command, instruction or order, request, or even advice. So look at this here. See a doctor soon. This is like suggestion. Bring me a glass of water. This is like order. Please sit down. That's request. So that's imperative sentence. Imperative sentence always starts with a verb. It does not start with the subject, it starts with a verb. So verb plus the rest of the sentence. That's what imperative sentence is, the structure for imperative sentence. Okay. By the way, I've got some amazing news for you. If you guys don't know this yet, check this out here. So today, that is 31st of July, this evening, 7 o'clock, you can catch up with one of the most talented actress, Vidya Balan, in this character of Shakuntala Devi, an amazing mathematics expert. Okay, she's going to she's going to be live in action with us. Live in action, as in she's going to talk with us on this Master Talk with Vedantu. That is today, 31st of July. She's going to be live on Vedantu. So make sure you register for this Master Talk. The link to sign up is this vdnt.in/genius. The link is also given in the description box. So make sure you sign up for the session and bring out the genius in you. Simply bring out the genius in you with the Master Talk with Vidya Balan as Shakuntala Devi. Super. Amazing. I hope you are excited for this. I'll also join you guys. Every teacher will be joining this session, I'm sure. So let's be live with her today, 7 o'clock. Don't miss it. Chalo, theek. Let's begin this here. Let's begin this. So, transformation of sentences part 2. In this transformation of sentences part 2, the first transformation we will see will be from assertive to exclamatory. Let's check this here. From assertive sentences to exclamatory sentences. Now, these are the steps we have to follow. These are the steps we have to follow when we are changing a sentence from assertive to exclamatory. We start the sentence with what or how. An exclamatory sentence begins with what or how. We have to remove these adverbs which show strong feelings. It could be extremely, certainly, indeed, or very. We write the subject and verb at the end and end the sentence with an exclamation mark. That's the most important. Check this with examples. Let's look at this with examples here. Look at this here. The house is very beautiful. Now, this is an assertive sentence. This is clearly an assertive sentence. The house is very beautiful. Now, when I have to make this exclamatory, I've got two options here. I can start with how or what. So look at this here. How beautiful the house is. How beautiful the house is. We remove the word very here. Or what a beautiful house it is. Both answers are equally correct. In some sentences, you will you will have to start either with how or what. In some sentences, both answers are equally correct. Okay, for example, look at the second one. The movie is indeed amazing. So you will say how amazing the movie is. Here I cannot say what an amazing movie it is. Okay, it is okay to say what an amazing movie it is, but then since we are talking about the movie being amazing as an adjective, so it is better to say how amazing the movie is. So what is also okay, what an amazing movie it is, but how amazing the movie is more appropriate. So both are equally correct here. Look at the third one. The ice cream is extremely tasty. That's assertive. So how tasty the ice cream is. So you begin with what or how. We remove these words indeed, very, extremely, and then we end it with an exclamation mark. So the ice cream is extremely tasty. That means how tasty the ice cream is. So look at the steps we are following. You can take a screenshot of this. Yeah. We remove the adverbs. First of all, we start the sentence with what or how. The second is we remove these words extremely, certainly, indeed, or very. Okay. And then we write the subject and verb at the end. This is a very important step. Subject and verb is written in the end. Look at this here. How tasty the ice cream is. So ice cream is the subject, is the verb. But I cannot say how tasty is the ice cream. That would be incorrect. How tasty is the ice cream? That becomes a question. So look at this here. Ice cream is a subject, is a verb. So we have to swap it. Subject will be written first. Same is in the second example, you see. How amazing the movie is. I cannot say how amazing is the movie. That will be incorrect. How amazing the movie is. So the movie is a subject, is a verb. I'm swapping it here. Look at this first one. Look at this first one. How beautiful the house is, or what a beautiful house it is. Again, so I'm not saying how beautiful is the house. I'm saying how beautiful the house is. That means the subject is written first. Subject is written first, then the auxiliary verb. Same here. What a beautiful house it is. I'm not saying what a beautiful house is it. Okay, it is. So it is a subject, is a verb here. Check this here. So this is for assertive to exclamatory. The next we can check is vice versa. We have seen assertive to exclamatory. Now let's do it vice versa. That is exclamatory to assertive. Look at this here. Exclamatory to assertive. We start with the subject plus verb and end it with a full stop. This is how it begins here. We start with subject plus verb and we end it with a full stop. Let's take a look at examples here. What a beautiful painting it is. This is already exclamatory, right? So it is indeed a beautiful painting, or it is a very, or it is an extremely beautiful painting. You can add the words like indeed, very, extremely. Okay. See, we begin with what? We begin with subject plus verb, right? So it is a subject. It is indeed a beautiful painting. It is a very, or it is an extremely beautiful painting. You're trying to describe how beautiful the painting is in the assertive form. Take a look at this one. How scary the place looks. So the place looks extremely scary, or you can even say very scary. The place looks very scary, or the place looks extremely scary, or the place indeed looks scary. That is also okay. But indeed will not be really appropriate. So it will be better we use extremely or very. So these are the options we are using, right? Vice versa. Simply the same rules, basically the same rules. Assertive to exclamatory, and we make it exclamatory to assertive. Rather than removing these adverbs, we add these adverbs. We can make use of these words: extremely, certainly, indeed, very. That's exactly what we have done here. If you check, that's exactly what we have done here. What a beautiful painting it is. I'm saying it is indeed a beautiful painting, or it is a very beautiful painting, or it is an extremely beautiful painting. A very or an extremely, that's how it would be. Perfect. Let's look at the next type, which is assertive to interrogative, guys. An assertive sentence to interrogative sentence. That means from a sentence to a question without changing the meaning. The main purpose is we don't have to change the meaning. Okay. We are transforming a sentence without changing the meaning. The entire purpose of this transformation is we are changing the form of a sentence. Transformation of sentence, like we are changing the form of a sentence without changing the meaning. That's the most important part. Look at this here. Assertive to interrogative. Assertive to interrogative, we start with the question tag. Assertive to interrogative, the rule is that we start with the question tag. Look at this here. Look at these 5 examples we discuss here. He could perform well in the competition. He could perform well in the competition. So we can use a question tag using could. So could is positive, of course we'll make it negative. So couldn't he perform well in the competition? It becomes interrogative. He could perform well in the competition is assertive. So couldn't he perform well? He could perform well. Couldn't he perform well? See, we are using a question tag to make it interrogative. Look at the second one. We should talk to the new manager about the issue. This is assertive, right? So shouldn't we? The should becomes shouldn't we? We're using a question tag. Shouldn't we talk to the new manager about the issue? It is very important to end it with a question mark. End it with a question mark because this is interrogative. And the word interrogative, of course, means a question. But then, guys, what if the auxiliary verb is not given? If you see in the first sentence, could is the auxiliary verb given. In the second sentence, if you see, should is the auxiliary verb. Okay. But if you see in the third sentence, there is no auxiliary verb. There is no auxiliary verb. Look at this here. He fought till his last breath. He fought till his last breath. There is only main verb, fought. There is no auxiliary verb. So in this case, we have to use do, does, or did. Hai. Over here, it is a past tense. Of course, I'll use didn't. Look at this here. Didn't he fight till his last breath? Didn't he fight, not fought, because I'm already using a past tense. So look at this here. He fought till his last breath. Now, fought is past tense. and there is no primary auxiliary given here. There is no auxiliary verb given here. So in this case, I have to take help of do, does, or did. That's the rule. I have to use do, does, or did. Now, how do I decide that? How do I decide that? On the basis of the tense. He fought till his last breath. So look at this here. Fought is past tense. So I'm saying, didn't he fight till his last breath? Didn't he fight till his last breath? Hey, thank you, Kanak. I'll explain. I'll explain the assertive again. You want to know assertive sentence again? I'll do that. Give me just quick 5 minutes. I'll do that. Okay. Now look at this here. He fought till his last breath. Didn't he fight till his last breath? Look at the fourth one. Every creature fights for his survival. This is true, right? That's the nature's rule. If you see every creature, you try to harm some creature, it will fight for its survival. So every creature fights for its survival. So here we are using the auxiliary verb doesn't, because this is present tense. This is present tense. So doesn't every creature fight for its survival? Not fights. Doesn't every creature fight? Not fights, okay? Because we are already using does. So doesn't every creature fight for its survival? A question mark. And then look at the last sentence, guys. The Prime Minister gave an amazing speech. The Prime Minister gave an amazing speech. So again, this is a past tense. We're using gave. Gave an amazing speech. Basically, he delivered. He delivered an amazing speech. So didn't the Prime Minister give an amazing speech? Making an interrogative. So you see, every answer starts with a question tag. Every answer starts with a question tag. Every interrogative answer starts with a question tag. Hi, Sakshi. Yeah. So I hope all of you are clear with the topic now. Sounds good. Amazing. So making assertive to interrogative. There is a question mark. Basically, it starts with a question tag. So every answer starts with a question tag. Okay. But then if there is no auxiliary verb, we have to use do, does, or did. Like in the case of third, fourth, and fifth sentence. There's no auxiliary, there's only main verb, right? In the first and second sentence, the auxiliary verb is could and should. So we are using the same auxiliary to create the question tag, to use the question tag. Okay. Thank you. So these are the verbs here. Now let's check this here. Now interrogative to assertive. We will see interrogative to assertive. We've already seen assertive to interrogative. Now interrogative to assertive. That is vice versa. From a question to a sentence form. From a question to a sentence form. That's what we are going to learn today. Learn next year. Question to a sentence form. Interrogative to assertive. Now, the question can be of two types, guys. It could be a rhetorical question or it could be a real question. Now, when it's a rhetorical question, we simply swap. Swap, there is exchange. We interchange subject and auxiliary verb, and the affirmative sentence becomes a negative sentence, and negative sentence becomes an affirmative sentence. That's how it is. If it's a real question, these are the rules we follow. These are the steps we follow. We will do that with examples. You will not understand this. You may find it a little complicated without examples. Let's do it with examples here. So we know these rules now. We know these steps. Simply take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. And now let's look at the examples here. See, look at this here. Rhetorical question. What do we mean by the word rhetorical? The word rhetorical means the question itself is the answer. The question itself is the answer. These questions do not need an answer. For example, when I say, isn't Mother Nature very powerful? Isn't Mother Nature very powerful? That means I'm trying to say, yes, the Mother Nature is very powerful. So we are not asking for an answer here. When you ask a rhetorical question, when you frame a rhetorical question, the question itself is the answer. The question itself is the answer. That means you're not asking for the answer here. So when I say, isn't Mother Nature very powerful? You're trying to say, yes, Mother Nature is very powerful. I can give you a very funny example. Let's say, when you be mischievous or be a little naughty at home, sometimes our parents get a little upset and probably with the burst of that anger, and they probably use this sentence, right? Are you mad? Tu pagal ho gaya hai, pagal ho gayi hai. I mean, of course, otherwise they love us, but then sometimes they probably say, are you mad? So they're not asking for the answer here. They're trying to say, yes, you're mad. So in this form of a question, that's the best example. It's the best example. It's a very funny example for a rhetorical question. So if your mom or your teacher or your dad says, "Are you mad?" You cannot be saying yes or no, right? I mean, they're not asking for the answer here. So in the question itself, they're trying to say, "Yes, you're mad." I mean, if you be a little mischievous or naughty, if you try to trouble them a little, they probably have this spurt of anger with you. So when they get a little angry with you, you must have noticed this. When they get angry with you, they, shoot out this question: "Are you mad?" This is a question, right? But this is a rhetorical question. They're not trying to know your opinion. You cannot say yes, I'm mad, or no, I'm not mad. So that's rhetorical, basically. So isn't Mother Nature very powerful? So this means yes, Mother Nature is very powerful. So the assertive will be Mother Nature is very powerful because we do not have to change the meaning. Whatever this rhetorical question is trying to say, we're writing that in assertive form. Okay. Look at this here. Does your point even make sense here? Does your point even make sense here? This is like interrogative. You're trying to say your point does not make sense here. So does your point even make sense here? So you're not trying to ask for his opinion. In this question, you're trying to say your point does not make sense. So when you say, does your point make sense? Let's say you're angry with your friend, you're having an argument with your friend, and you say, does your point even make sense here? So you're not asking for the answer. You're trying to mention your opinion, you're trying to give your opinion in the form of a question. You're trying to give your opinion in the form of a question. That's a rhetorical question. So you're trying to say your point does not make sense here. Okay, let's say for example, your mummy or daddy or a teacher would say, "Are you mad?" You do not reply and say yes or no. They are trying to say you're mad. Okay, that's what a rhetorical question is. Okay, that's how it is. Yeah, that was just a joke. I'm just kidding. Don't take it the other way around. Chalo, theek hai. That's for the rhetorical question. Now let's see how we change a real question. How we change a real question. What do we mean by real question? Real question where the answer is expected. In rhetorical question, the answer is not expected. There is an answer in the question itself. But when a real question, in the case of a real question, the answer is expected. Okay, so look at this here. Would you like to have some coffee? This is interrogation, right? So you have to give the answer here. This is a proper real question. So these are the options you can use. You can begin your answer with this. I want to know, I would like to know, I wonder, or I don't know. The most important will be we have to swap subject and auxiliary verb. Look at this here. So I would like to know if or whether you would like to have some coffee. Look at this here. We are not changing the meaning. Let's say you ask your friend or you ask your guest. Let's say there is a guest at your home and then you simply ask them, would you like to have some coffee? You can ask the same thing in form of a sentence. We are asking the same thing in the form of assertive. That is in the form of a sentence. So you say, I would like to know, or I want to know, or I wonder if or whether you would like to have some coffee. That becomes assertive. That means in form of a sentence. Look at the second one here. Will India win the match today? Okay, there is a typo here, so I'll just change it right now. Will India win the match today? That's how it is here. Yeah. So sometimes these typos, these typing mistakes, they happen with the. Uh, so it's good. I mean, I personally like mistakes. When there are mistakes, of course, we learn it then and there. It's wonderful. So a mistake is never a problem. That's what I feel. A mistake is never a problem as long as you have rectified it. So you see, we have rectified the mistake right now so that we learn better. Perfect. So this happens here. Look at this here. Will India win the match today? So I wonder, you're basically wondering, right? You're thinking. So I wonder if India will win the match today or whether India will win the match today. This is just an example. Okay, nowadays there are no matches going on. Okay, look at the third one. Look at the third one. This is a WH question. It starts with how, right? Even though how does not have a WH spelling, it is a part of WH questions, as we all know. The question how, the word how is a part of WH questions. So look at this here. how do you manage your expenses so well? Interrogative. So this like, I would like to know, or I wonder how you manage your expenses so well. I would like to know, or I wonder how you manage your expenses so well. So look at this here. We are using, it starts with WH. We're using a how here. How you manage. How you manage. So we are using the subject first, you, then the verb, subject and the verb. So I would like to know, or I wonder, how do you manage, how you manage your expenses so well. If I say how do you manage, it becomes a question again. So this is a very important step. Take care of this here. We swap the subject and auxiliary verb, or even the main verb as well. You see, I would like to know, or I wonder how you manage, not how do you manage. Okay, how you manage your expenses so well, because we want it in form of an assertive sentence. We want to write this in form of a statement, in form of a sentence, not in form of a question. If I answer it like this, I would like to know how do you manage your expenses so well, this becomes a question again. This becomes interrogative again. I don't have to make it interrogative, I have to make it assertive without changing the meaning. So this is how you change interrogative to assertive for rhetorical questions, and this is how we change interrogative to assertive for real questions. Okay, so that's about it here. And then the last form, the last type that we are going to discuss is the most important type, that is positive to negative sentence. Finally, this is what I was talking about. It's not assertive. Here we are talking affirmative to negative. Affirmative to negative. That means a positive sentence to a negative sentence and vice versa. Positive to negative or negative to positive. This is what we are discussing. So there are 11 possible ways to make a sentence positive to negative. You can take a screenshot of this, guys. Take a screenshot of this. These are the 11 ways you can change a sentence from positive form to negative form. Degree change कर सकते हैं. We can use a no sooner than formation, not only but also remove if, unless, remove to. We can use an opposite word. There could be a use of prefix or suffix. The words like never fails to changes. The never fails to, the word never fails to is used in place of always. Not allowed is used in place of prohibited or forbidden. No is used in place of without, and none but or nothing but is used in place of only. These are 11 ways we can change a sentence from positive to negative. Look at this here. We'll understand with examples here. Positive to negative, that is affirmative to negative. It can be vice versa also. It can be the other way around also. So the question is the answer. The answer becomes a question. That's how it is, right? So we will check this here. We'll check this here. Check this. So English is a difficult language. Look at this here. English is a difficult language. So I'm using an opposite word here. English is not an easy language. Some of you may agree, some of you may not agree. So if I say English is a difficult language, this is affirmative, right? This is a positive sentence. Now I have to change this, I have to make it negative without changing the meaning. So if English is a difficult language, I can use an opposite method here. I'm using the opposite word. English is not an easy language, or English is not a simple language. Okay. Look at the second one. He always reaches on time. He always reaches on time. That means he never fails to reach on time. He always, we are replacing the word always with never fails to. He always reaches on time. That means he never fails to reach on time. So the word never makes it negative. Look at third one. Parking is prohibited in some places. Parking is prohibited in some places. It is prohibited, but it is not allowed. I told you, we can change the word prohibited to not allowed. So if parking is prohibited in some places, without changing the meaning, I can say parking is not allowed in some places. That makes it negative. Look at the fourth one. He was without any money. He was without any money is affirmative. There is no negative word here. He had no money. So he was without any money, matlab he had no money, right? So this word no makes it negative. Look at the fifth one. I like only spicy food. How many of you like only spicy food? There are different types of food as well. Of course, maybe some of you like sweet, some of you like namkeen. There are some people who like only spicy. They're crazy about spicy food. This is an example like that. I like only spicy food. So look at this here. I like nothing but. We're using this formation. I like nothing but spicy food. So this makes it negative. The meaning does not change. You see, the meaning has not changed. I like only spicy food is positive. Uh, Perfect. Yeah, it's not buffering now, right? So it's clear. So check this here. Yeah, sorry about that technical issue, guys. It happens. The internet disconnectivity. Anyway, look at this here. I like only spicy food. So I like nothing but. I'm using this formation, nothing but. I like nothing but spicy food. Makes it negative. Check these four more sentences here. Check these four more sentences. Affirmative to negative. This is also affirmative to negative. He speaks English and French. This is affirmative. So I'm saying he does not only speak English. He does not only speak English, but also French. He does not only speak English, but also French. So I'm using this not only but also formation. Not only but also. What are the plans or they will die? This is affirmative. There is no negation here. What are the plans or they will die? This is like a condition. So if you don't water the plants, they will die. You're using a negation here. If you don't water the plants, they will die. So look at this here. If you don't. The question is important. So of course the question is not unimportant. I'm using a prefix here. Important becomes unimportant. I'm using a prefix here. Important becomes unimportant. So if the question is important, that means question is not unimportant. So if the question is not unimportant, of course it is important. So that's how you make it negative. Now, when if I say life is short, this is so true. This is just a few years. So if you see life is short, this is affirmative. That means life is not long. Life is short, that means it is not long, right? So that is negative. So that's how it is. Affirmative to negative. So these are the steps we follow for changing a sentence from affirmative to negative. Take a screenshot of this, guys. Has everybody taken a screenshot of this? There are 11 ways to make a sentence positive to negative. I hope everybody has taken a screenshot. Just confirm. Yeah. Affirmative to negative. And even vice versa. Perfect. So I hope all of you have taken a screenshot. That's amazing. Superb, superb, superb. So I guess, guys, that's all about the session here. We are done with the transformation part 2 as well. We just need to practice a little more. And as I told you about the pro subscription, right? The pro subscription. So just visit on this link here. We are done with the topic. Now, talking about the pro subscription, to become a pro student, just go onto this link, vdnt.in/ytpro. Use my coupon code DZPro. DZPro. Now, when you go onto this website, you get these options here. The first option will be you select your grade. Okay. Now, Vedantu caters to all 12 grades here because this is India's best education platform now. So we cater to all 12 grades. There is no compromise. There is no adjustment at all. So all 12 grades here. You select your grade. Second would be you select CBSE, ICSE or Maharashtra State Board. So we cater to all three boards here. All three main boards here. CBSE board, ICSE board and even the Maharashtra State Board. So select your board and then you check out all the details. On this page, you can check out all the details. Before you click on get subscription, you have all these features. All the features are highlighted. You have unlimited live class in this subscription. You interact with India's best master teachers. There is unlimited doubt solving in the sessions. Test series is planned, assignments, study material. There is a guaranteed score improvement, of course. So if you see the results, if you have checked the news, Vedantu has got amazing results, has produced amazing results for both CBSE, ICC, and even State Board as well, for all three boards here. Because the scores are guaranteed to improve. When you are learning with us, when you're learning with Vedantu on this amazing platform, the scores are guaranteed to improve, right? So there's a guaranteed score improvement. And then you choose a schedule that suits you. This is the best feature of the subscription. I bet no other platform can offer this where you decide the schedule. Look at this here. You choose a schedule on which you want to study. You deciding the schedule when you want to study. Isn't that amazing? Right. So that suits your requirement. You can watch a video on that. All these benefits are highlighted in form of video. Watch a video here and all that is included in this Vedantu Pro subscription. When you scroll the page down on the actual website, you will have all the benefits highlighted on this page. Then you click on get subscription. The moment you click on get subscription, there are three options available: a 1 month subscription, 3 month subscription, and a 6 month subscription. You simply use my coupon code DGPro. If you see, the price for a 1 month subscription is 2699, and if you simply use my coupon code, that's DGPro, DGPro, the price will drop down to 2294. You see, before coupon code it's 2700, and after coupon code it's 2294. So there's this good discount here. If you go for a 3 month subscription, the price drops down to 5949. Okay, from 7,000 rupees. Usually the price is 7,000 rupees. It drops down to 5,949. That's amazing savings, yeah. And then if you go for a 6 month subscription, if you see 11,499, it directly drops down to 9,700, 9,774. That's amazing savings. So that means the more the months, the more you save. I mean, the longer the subscription you go for, let's say if you go for a 6 month subscription, you save more. If you go for a 3 month subscription, you save a little less. If you go for a 1 month subscription, there is less saving, but then of course that's the best subscription to go for. Now, I am not the best person to tell you which subscription you should go for. That is something that you have to decide, right? So what I usually suggest is you should go for a 1 month subscription. Try out the 1 month subscription. I'm sure you will fall in love with this Vedantu Pro subscription, and then you can enroll for a 6 month subscription also. But then, as of course, every student, there's a lot of trust that Vedantu has built. Every parent, every student has begun to trust our brand. They have always been trusting our brand, Vedantu. So there are many students enrolling for 6 month subscription, because if you see, when you go for a 6 month subscription, basically you're saving more money. All right, it is like you're saving your money without compromise on your education. So the most important aspect of a human being's life is to get educated, right? And we should never compromise on education. So you're getting the best quality education by India's best education platform, that is Vedantu, at the cheapest price possible. So you're saving your money and you're getting best quality education. What else would you want in life, right? Isn't it fantastic? It sounds fantastic. Sounds cool, right? Use the coupon code DGPro. DGPro. You can sing it as well. Sounds as cool as we all are, DGPro. So that's it, guys. We're done with the session. Thank you so much for watching. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. Hit the bell icon. Share the videos with your friends. Share it on your social networking account so that other people can subscribe to this amazing channel, which will help them to become a better person, a better version of what they can be in terms of English, academic English, non-academic English, personality development, public speaking, dealing with your mind, controlling your mind, dealing with your negative thought patterns. All this will, of course, result in the best version of what you can be. This will help you to become the best version of what you can be. So that's it. You are learning transformation of sentences. We are done with the topic transformation of sentences. You are learning that with DZ Sir. And your DZ Sir signs off now. Until next time. See you in the next session at 3 o'clock with what are soft skills. Okay, the next session is at 3 p.m. Tune in for that session. We are going to see what are soft skills in that session. See you then. Bye-bye. Take care.